to talk.
Just like
Push, but you have to hold.
Okay, push and hold.
AOV?
Yes, Terry, you're on. You're on the loudspeaker, so you're on, ready to go.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Good afternoon. At this time, I would like to ask our IT professionals to start the audio recordings of the regular meeting and to admit any members of the public who have chosen to listen to this meeting online. And we'll pause for a confirmation.
Recording in progress.
any public's been admitted and the recording has started.
Ovanda, recording started.
Thank you. My name is Dwayne Vaughn, and I am General Counsel and Assistant Secretary of the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, also known as Atlanta Housing. Before the regular meeting is called into order, please consider the following announcements. We welcome the members of the public who have joined us in person in the Pecan Room at the Atlanta Housing Headquarters for the regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Atlanta Housing. We also welcome the members of the public who have joined this meeting via audio conference. There is also an option to view the meeting live streamed. Members of the public can find the link in the Notices section on the Atlanta Housing website. The live streaming link is also contained on Atlanta Housing Board Docs. Please be advised that any members of the public who wish to address the board during the time for public comment period must have signed up on the public speaker sign-up sheet at the front door of the Pecan Room before the start of the meeting. A link to the meeting agenda, board resolutions, and presentation materials are available for review by the public by accessing the link on the Atlanta Housing website at www.atlantahousing.org/notices. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Larry Stewart, and I serve as the chair of the Board of Commissioners. I am calling this regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners for the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, to order. Today is Wednesday, May 24th. The time is 2:05 p.m. Will the General Counsel take roll to determine quorum for the meeting?
Yes, sir. Commissioner Stewart.
Here.
Commissioner Kirsch. Commissioner Kirsch. Commissioner Alvarado.
Here.
Commissioner Elliott. Commissioner Faruqi. Commissioner Harris. Commissioner Harris. Commissioner Hooker.
Here.
Mr. Chair, there is a quorum present.
All right. So before we get started, I do want to acknowledge and welcome our newest commissioner, Commissioner Alvarado. I don't think they clapped for me when I came on board, so they must like you. All right. Well, Commissioner Alvarado, I'll forego the formalities. I know we've talked about and welcomed you in absentia and now during your committee meetings last week. And so we are happy to have you here for your first meeting today. So welcome aboard. And we look forward to your insights and your contributions to the Board of Commissioners. Before we go forward, do you have any comments or any thoughts you want to share before? All right. Sounds good. All right, we'll go to the adopting of the agenda. The agenda has been presented to the board for review and comment. Are there any proposed changes to the agenda? Hearing none, may I have a motion to adopt the agenda? May I have a second?
Second.
All right, so moved by Commissioner Elliott and seconded by Commissioner Hooker. Is there any discussion? Hearing no further discussion, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? The motion is carried.
The minutes of the regular Board of Commissioners meeting held on April 26, 2023 are before the board for review and comment. Are there any proposed corrections to the minutes of this meeting?
All right. Hearing nothing, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting held on April 26th?
So moved.
All right, I'm going to just say it was moved by Commissioner Hooker and seconded by Commissioner Elliott. Is there any discussion related to the motion to approve the minutes of the April 26, 2023 meeting? Hearing no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, please indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? The motion is carried. All right, this is the time where we have public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the board signed up on the public seeker sign-up sheet as they enter the meeting. Each speaker who has signed up will be called to the podium and will have 3 minutes to address the board. Have any members of the public signed up to speak?
Speak.
All right. Ms. Perry, you have 3 minutes.
My name is Janelle Perry, and I bring greetings from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I am so grateful to be able to join you today, and I come celebrating your 85th birthday, as I like to say. I am so grateful for the wonderful things that you all are doing for people who have been experiencing homelessness and displacement, and we look forward to partnering with you. I also bring exceptional greetings to Mr. Joel Alvarado. I have read about you, and I am so grateful for you to be joining the board, and I hope that you are welcome and you feel welcome. And Mr. Larry Stewart, I want to say, if I had been here when you came on, I would have been initiating clapping for you as well. So I'm just grateful to be here, grateful to be able to collaborate with you all, grateful for all of the wonderful team members here at Atlanta Housing, and I look forward to collaborating with you all and undergirding you all in your efforts to decrease the amount of people experiencing homelessness and displacement, and inevitably to eradicate the need for affordable housing here. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, and I completely understand that you all could not accept the cupcakes because they are not catered. I just had one and they're lovely, and because of that, there will be some people who are experiencing homelessness and displacement that will be able to take advantage of them. So kudos to you all for what you do. I am so grateful to be able to relocate to Atlanta to be able to partner with you all in the near future. Oh, also, I shared this with Mr. Alvarado. So when I spoke in Charlotte about small business owners and insurance and how different things are affecting small business owners when it comes to insurance, I needed something to put my speech in so that I could be a little bit more presentable. Y'all, this is the only thing that I could find. It is, I tell people how I was connected to you all pre-COVID. It is an RFQ 2019-0042, request for qualifications for professional planning, architect, and engineering firms dated October 1st, 2018. And as all of you all can see, it has the Atlanta Housing logo on it. So thank you for what you do. I cannot wait to get involved with what you all are doing and partner with your efforts.
Thank you, Ms. Perry. Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm so used to getting beat up on by public comment that we appreciate your comments. Did anyone else sign up to speak today?
Mr. Chair, no other members of the public have signed up to speak, nor have we received any comments via email or telephone to share with the board today.
Well, then this ends the public comment portion of the meeting, and we'll get to our resolutions for today. At the Board of Commissioners' September 22nd, 2021 meeting, the board approved a consent agenda protocol. There are 6 resolutions appearing below that have received unanimous votes of approval at the Board of Commissioners Real Estate Committee or the Audit Finance Committee meetings held on May 17, 2023. The collective group of resolutions on the consent agenda will be approved by a single motion to adopt all resolutions and the affirmative majority vote of the Board of Commissioners. If discussion on any resolution is desired by a commissioner, the commissioner must make that desire known to the board chair immediately following the reading of the consent agenda items, and the resolutions will be removed, resolutions will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Or at the discretion of the board chair, a discussion may occur prior to the vote on the consent agenda resolutions. Moreover, if a commissioner simply wants his or her vote to be specifically recorded on a particular item, separate votes may be taken on the resolutions. Will General Counsel identify the 6 resolutions on the consent agenda for the record?
Yes, sir. Resolution number 2322, the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia seeks authorization to extend the term of the HomeFlex agreement and increase the number of HomeFlex unit count for Heritage Green Apartments. Resolution number 23-23, the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, AH, seeks authorization for the refinance of the Columbia Grove residences and to waive a portion of accrued interest on the AH loan in accordance with the AH debt forgiveness policy. Resolution number 23-24, the Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia, AH, seeks authorization to enter into a contract for the update of the AH Housing Choice Voucher Rent Payment Standards. Resolution number 23-25, The Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia seeks authorization to take all actions necessary to enter into a purchase and sale agreement to convey the former Jonesboro North public housing site and to secure United States Department of Housing and Urban Development approval for disposition of approximately 9.28 acres of the Jonesboro North land. Resolution number 23-26. The Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia seeks authorization to extend the property management and pre-development planning agreement with Integral Property Management, LLC for an additional 12 months. And the last one, resolution number 2328. The Housing Authority of the City of Atlanta, Georgia seeks authorization to enter into a contract with a qualified consultant firm to provide auditing, tax, and related services.
May I have a motion to consider, adopt, and approve the consent agenda containing Resolution 2322, Resolution 2323, Resolution 2324, Resolution 2325, Resolution 2326, and Resolution 2328.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
All right, so moved by Commissioner Faruqi and seconded by Commissioner Hooker. Is there any discussion related to the consent agenda resolutions? Hearing no further discussion, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, indicate by saying nay. Any abstentions? The motion carries. There are no other resolutions that are scheduled at this time. We also will not be needing an executive session. And so I will just ask, is there a report from, I think, on behalf of President and CEO, Terry, our COO. Do you have a report, Terry?
Good afternoon, Chairman Stewart. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. Thank you so much to the Board of Commissioners for allowing me to participate today in a virtual format. On behalf of our President and CEO, Eugene Jones, we would just like to continue to thank the Board of Commissioners, not just for your leadership and support, but also your service to Atlanta Housing. As many of you are aware, we are celebrating our 85th year. And I think it's more than just an anniversary or a birthday, but it's 85 years of a solid commitment to helping to uplift affordable housing opportunities and create a family sufficiency here within the city of Atlanta. That work could not be done without the leadership of this board. And again, we want to thank you for that. We would also like to welcome Commissioner Alvarado to the board. Sir, we welcome, again, your input, your participation. We thank you for your work on last week in the committees, and we look forward to working with you as well. We are extremely grateful to our staff, as well as the support they provide to the Board of Commissioners, which quite honestly led to a successful committee week on last week, which led to a full consent agenda. So we're grateful to that, and we recognize that that's not a small feat, and we hope to continue to work as appropriate in that environment. Three announcements that I would like to share with you. First, on May 9th, Atlanta Housing participated, along with our partners, in a site visit with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. The purpose of that site visit was to review and to share with HUD the progress made to date on our Bowen Homes Choice Neighborhood Implementation Grant, which is a $40 million grant from HUD that would be leveraged with about $500 million of other resources. We have been informed by HUD that we should have a final decision no later than mid-June. Atlanta, as you would know, is one of what HUD calls the Elite Eight, and there were eight individual cities that they were participating in site visits that had reached the second level of the competition. So we look forward to a positive announcement, and we'll make sure that the board is informed as we receive information. The second announcement is that on June 16th, we are hosting an open house for the historic Roosevelt Hall. Many of you have had an opportunity to see the work that was done at Roosevelt Hall. Roosevelt Hall is the only remaining original building from the former University Homes public housing site, which was the first public housing site in the state of Georgia as well as the country for African American people. And so we have additional details that will be forthcoming, but I just wanted you to put a save the date on your calendar for June 16th for that open house. And it is my understanding that the mayor will be in attendance as well. So we'll make sure the commissioners have all the details. And then the last announcement I will share is that Atlanta Housing, along with Invest Atlanta and the City of Atlanta, are presenting to the City Council's Finance Executive Committee today. And this will be for the fourth issuance of the Housing Opportunity Bond. The fourth issuance is projected to be a $100 million issuance. We've been working very closely with the city to align this with the philanthropic investment that they recently received from Woodruff Foundation that will go towards supporting affordable housing efforts in partnership with the Community Foundation. We are pleased to say that as of today, there is an allocation and a commitment from the city to assist Atlanta Housing in its infrastructure needs for its very robust development inventory and pipeline. So we're pretty excited right now. Again, that legislation is going forth to Finance Executive Committee. The city is anticipating final City Council approval during the month of June. And if there are not any questions or comments by the commissioners from me, Chairman Stewart, that concludes my report.
All right, are there any questions from any of our commissioners?
Terry, that was a great update on other things that the staff is engaged in. Is Atlanta Housing going to be presenting an FEC, or are you just participating because of the Housing Opportunity Bond conversation?
Yes, ma'am. We will be participating as a part of the Housing Opportunity Bond conversation. The actual presentation will be led by Josh Humphreys, the Senior Advisor for Housing to the Mayor.
Great. Okay, if you can share that with the commissioners, that would be great. It'll just help us have better context on our participation and the conversation at City Council.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
All right, any other comments or questions? If not, I will then close that out. Thank you, Terry, for your report. We will be, and I think a lot of the things that you mentioned, we will be participating as you guys ask us for our participation. Lastly, on the agenda, before we get to adjournment, comments. Any comments or questions from our commissioners? All right, well, if no one else has one, I will just make one final, kudo to the Atlanta Housing staff on that May 9th presentation for the Bowen Homes and Choice Grant. I just want to say I participated, and I think I communicated it then, but I'll just say it publicly again that it was an outstanding job. And I want to just say from the bottom of my heart, I was blown away by not only just the content, but just the flair and the style at which we presented. I'd be surprised if anyone else, any other authority in the country could do what we did. We had painters, we had people, we had a lot of things that were happening to show not only our competence, but also that we are serious about the work that we do, and we're serious about executing on what we believe can be catalytic for the Donnelly corridor and Bowen Homes. And so I just want to say thank you so much for all of the work that you've done, and that once again, I think we've communicated it, but I want to just say again, job well done. So.
Thank you, sir.
All right. With that said, if there's no other business of the board, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Second. Shortest commissioners meeting probably in the history of
No doubt.
this commission.
Amen to the consent agenda.
Well done, Mr. Chair.
All right, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned at 22 p.m.